All right, good morning, everybody. Welcome to today's Microsoft Flight Simulator live stream. We're back, as we are hopefully every Saturday. Today, I'm trying to get myself situated here in my chair. It's not wanting to cooperate with me. Anyway, morning, Amela. Today we're in the P-38. We're going to do my own version of the D-Day flight. Everybody's been doing one this week. I think Microsoft had a big fly-in a couple days ago for the 80th anniversary of D-Day. This is just my own take on it. We're going to take off from Lakenheath Air Force Base, or Air Base, up here. And we're going to depart from... Now, see, now, there we go. We're going to take off from runway 24, and then we're going to head on down across London. We're going to kind of be almost just pretty much halfway between Heathrow and London City. We're going to fly over there. We're going to go across and then enter around where Normandy is. We're going to fly over this airport here. And then we're going to turn and we're going to kind of parallel Utah Beach right here. And then we're going to turn at this point. And then we're going to make our way towards Caen. Anyway, we're going towards the airport here in Carpiquet. I think I'm pronouncing it correctly. I'm probably butchering that name. And then we're going to zoom across over into Paris. Go right by the Eiffel Tower, and then we're going to make our way from there all the way over into Stuttgart. Way over there. And then we'll come in for landing here. It says about 2.5 hours of flying. That's probably going to be about right. Joseph, what's new with you? Oh, they changed things. Oh, okay. So that's the plan for today. We'll get started here in just a few minutes. Give everybody time to come in. If you want to fly with me, I put the route in, but I'll do it again. And then the server. So a couple things. One, the other day I flew with Jody. We did a flight from Oslo down to Manchester, or not Manchester, London Heathrow. And I didn't realize nothing's changed since the others. Okay. Well, you never know with you. All kinds of things might have changed. You never know. So anyway, we what I didn't realize in the 737, if you don't pick your departure airport and arrival airport, just that point to point sort of thing, from like, say we were going to fly the 737 from Lakenheath straight, or to Stuttgart, I would have to pick those points, and then, of course, I would have my my flight plan from SimBrief, but it wouldn't allow me to file an IFR flight plan because it didn't know the destination, even though I told the sim what the destination was. So, but I made it either way. It allowed me to land on the runway that I wanted to land on. So, yeah, lesson learned though. So, for those of you who follow Scruffy, if you've been in his chat recently, he's got an AI bot in his chat. And it's pretty hilarious. So I'm thinking about getting that for my stream. I just have to come up with a name for it. He has Soxy. I'm going to have to come up with a name for mine. So we'll see. But next Saturday, likely, I'm waiting for him to get back to me. But I may join him for he's doing a flight around the Pacific Northwest. He just took off from Seattle. He's headed to Portland, and then he's going to go from Portland to Eugene. But next Saturday, he'll be in Northern California. So I may join him for that stream. So there may not be a stream next Saturday. It may kind of be, if I do, it'll be much later in the day. I don't know yet. I have to wait for him to say that he wants me to kind of join him on a voice chat, and I'll narrate part of the trip and all that, and point some things out. Anyway, but hopefully everybody's doing well. Let's see. Let me kind of look ahead here. So I'll do next Saturday stream, but it'll probably be later in the day. But if not, I'll post in my Discord. But we're going to take the BA 146-300 from London City over to Berlin. And then the following Saturday, we're doing the helicopter tour of San Francisco. And on the 29th, doing a helicopter flight in the Colorado River area. And then on the 6th of July, that's as far out as I have planned. I'll be doing a 737 flight from Denver to Oakland. So, yeah. And that's pretty much it for right now. So I guess I'll go ahead and get started. I guess people are kind of like, I just came in and he's just yakking away. They already got bored of my talking. So, alrighty, let's go ahead and get, and then we'll have story time once we're in the air, of course. We will have story time. Oops, I don't want that on. Alright, let's get some things going here. Get that up. That window up. The Mets and Phil. Oh, what? They went over to England to play? Really? Huh. Get the fuel pumps on. I had to check. I had to go back through and remember how to start this thing up. It's been so long since I've flown it. Let's get the. There we go. Let's go ahead for long range just in case. Put that away. Let's get this out the way. Let's get our throttles cracked a little bit. Oh, interesting. Well, that must have been a heck of a flight. Going all the way over there to play a baseball game. All right, here's that. That on. All right, I gotta get closer to here. Battery on. That on. Okay. That on. All right. Oops. Let's see. I think it's towards me. Okay. Two Mississippi, 3 Mississippi, 4 Mississippi, 5 Mississippi. Good morning, Bex. 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi, 4 Mississippi, 5 Mississippi. There we go. One Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi, 4 Mississippi, 5 Mississippi. And there's the right engine. All right, we got to get a couple things loaded in here. Uh, 114.45. Swap that, and then our second one will be 116.85. Okay. There we go. Let's see. I gotta dial in some pitch. Oops. That'll do. And I think we can go ahead. Oh, let me make sure I have all my lights on. I think all the lights are on already. There we go. All right. So I think our takeoff runway, I got to taxi out that way. We got clear weather. All right. And here we go. Why am I not able to turn? Oh, there we go. Well, lately, I don't know what I did, but it's like my controls are not working the way I thought they would. There we go. So we get up to about 20 or 3,000 feet, not 20. 3,000 feet. We're going to cruise about there the entire way. Well, I guess because I have rudder pedals. See, I got so used to doing everything with just the flight stick. With the rudder pedals, you have to use the braking for steering. That's what it is. Can't just use the rudder pedals itself for steering with the... Huh. All right, I get my notes close by. This will certainly make for interesting taxiing. Joseph's probably sitting there laughing at himself right now, laughing at me watching this. Oh, Rob can't taxi a plane anymore. Hee hee hee. I guess I could use the rudders. Okay. Alrighty. Been a long time since I've flown this plane on stream. I was going to try to do it on a with the Spitfire, but the because of the torque of the engine, it's really difficult to keep it kind of straight. I either undercorrect or overcorrect with the rudder pedals, so I can't find a... don't start me off. Too late, Joseph. You're already started. I know what you're like. All right, here we go. So the difficult part is getting it lined up. I wonder if there's Must be an option on the tablet now for rudder steering. Okay, here we go. See? I was trying to just stand on the brakes. Oh well, we're on our way. There we go, get the gear up. All right, let me get the... First heading is going to be 205. Okay, there we go. Now we're getting back down to 3,000 feet. Okay, we're on our way now. There we go. There's Lakenheath behind us. We just passed over, I think that's Mildenhall, something like that. All right, so story time. I guess we can go ahead and get started on that because we got a bit of a ways to go to get to the coast. Let me just, I just want to look at something here. All right, so yeah, we're not too far off. We got 174 nautical miles to our first waypoint. So for those of you who've been around my channel for more than a minute, you know that I was in Germany. One of the things that we used to do every 6th of June was a big day in our organization. Like it was so if it was in the middle of the week, like it was this week, we would have a big to-do on Friday. So it basically turned into a 3-day weekend. So we would, or 2.5 days basically. And so we would get up in the morning, we'd do a big run with everybody, about 600 people in a formation running through the vineyards near our post. So they, let me put on the fuel as well so I can monitor that. Oops, might want to switch to the, hold on, let me switch the fuel tanks. So, and then we would come back from the run and we would do, Engine. Okay. So basically, then we'd clean up, and then we'd go to the movie theater on post and watch The Longest Day, and then then the battalion commander would come out and do his speech, and then why does it seem like we're slowing down? Did I? Oh, that's why. Oops, a daisy. See, learn something new all the time. And then we would, from there, we would have an award ceremony, maybe some promotions, and then we would be released for the remainder of the day. And that was usually, they tried to get us out of there right around lunchtime. And, we were done for the day. And it was always, and I wasn't there for very long. It was something that we did. And it was very educational, in a way, because you understood the history of the organization. You didn't, that was the important part. It's interesting that I was in two other divisions that were much more well known, like Army wide. You talk about the Big Red One. I was part of that for a while, for just about a year, and then I was in 3rd Infantry Division. Neither one of them had that kind of, on 6th of June, like we didn't have anything quite like what I had in Germany. It was very interesting that was the case, because you would think, because with 3rd Infantry Division, all you heard about was Audie Murphy. Audie Murphy this, Audie Murphy that. Blah. It's almost like the way they acted was like Audie Murphy was the entire division. There was only one person, which isn't true, of course, but that's how they acted, right? But in Germany, it was like, this is the history of the battalion. This is what we did on D-Day. We landed in Normandy and on Utah Beach, and all the junior officers had to do they basically had to go. They would leave with the battalion commander. They would go to Normandy, to the beaches, and the junior officers had to give a briefing on certain events of the battalion as they got to Normandy and got to Utah Beach, and then as they got inland. At this point, this is where they were, this is what happened, that sort of thing. So it was just interesting to me that they would have that, but nowhere else, no other unit I ever went into ever had anything quite like that, which is kind of odd, because you would think that 1st Infantry Division, 3rd Infantry Division, every 6th of June, it would be like a big deal. Nope. It was rather odd. But I always, I remember those, that time, because it was something that, at least gave you a sense of the history and its connection to World War II and all that. Which I greatly appreciated, because otherwise I would never have known the history of the organization. I gotta get a picture here. I haven't got a picture of the Mustang or the P-38 in a while. Oh, I like that right there. There we go. So, yeah, I kind of, every six, of course, I don't watch The Longest Day anymore like I used to. Um, but it's just, I tried to have that as a thing that I did for the longest time. Um, but okay. So anyway, yeah, I just thought it was thought they would have some sort of a. But everybody does. All the simmers, I think, have done within reason, of course, have done some kind of a D-Day memorial flight. Some people will fly fighter planes. Some people fly the DC-3. You know, with a livery that is similar to the ones from World War II and and all that. So yeah, just so yeah, this is just my take on it. Nothing special, I guess. Just a nice, relaxing flight at 3,000 feet over the UK right now. We're still making our way towards the coast. Ugh. Come on. Trying to get. We're almost. So yeah, if we're talking to Stansted, then we're getting closer to London. We've got 144 nautical miles to our first waypoint. Boy, there's no greenery here. What happened to all the greenery? Thought it was green everywhere in the UK. Oh, so basically, what I was saying to Miller was that a lot of streamers. I know Two Tone Murphy kind of did his thing. I think a couple days ago. Microsoft Flight Simulator official. They did a fly-in for D-Day. Some people fly a fighter plane. Some people fly the DC-3. It's interesting how the community will come out and do stuff like that. The To have a I gotta turn the volume down just a smidge there. They have to do a memorial kind of a flight in honor of D-Day. So yeah, it was really cool to see the amount of people doing different things for it, kind of putting their own little twist on it maybe or something, but not in a way that was disrespectful or anything like that. It was just a you know I think something flight simulators I think are just in general are are students of history. See, I'm getting like two different. Interesting. Um, because there's so much, there's some, kind of like train sim, right? There's something for everybody. Some people like to just do passenger stuff. Other people like to do, freight or whatever. And I think that's true in flight sim. There's something for everybody. Some people just want to fly jetliners, and some people like to fly a little bit of everything that they have available. Um, you know, they may not fly something like the P-38 or the Spitfire all the time, but they'll come back to it for certain events. Just so that it's something that can be enjoyed. Oh, we're almost at where are we at? Oh, we're almost at. I think we'll be closer to London City Airport. Oh, there's a golf course. And look, there's buildings and such. That looks like a football stadium. Football pitch. Although it's kind of flat. That's kind of. Well, it looks kind of flat. Oh, you can see my shadow across the ground there. It's like a big train yard right there. Rail yard. There's another football pitch. There's downtown London. Wave at yourself, Joseph. Now there is a. I was just looking before I started the stream. I think. I know we're supposed to be. I think we're closer to London City Airport right here. I know it's right on the water. But there's a helicopter pad in the sim right around here somewhere, right on the water. I was thinking maybe one of these days we'll do a flying tour of London in a helicopter. Okay, so London City should be should be over here somewhere to our left. I know it's right off the water there, but I think it's like right over here somewhere. And Heathrow, there's Heathrow right there. So London City should be. It's got to be back over here somewhere, I think. It's probably behind us now. Tower Bridge to your left. I think it was. Yep, it's behind us now. Back there, I think. Yep. Before we know it, we'll be at the coast and across the way into Normandy. Oops. Yeah, so there's a helicopter pad. You can see it on the. It says got the H, so that should be a helicopter pad right there. But yeah, we'll hey, one of these days in the near future, we'll do a helicopter tour of London. We'll do one in New York as well. Maybe we'll do both in the same day. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, I think it's back there somewhere, Bex. Yeah, I think you're right. Let's have a look at our fuel tanks. Well, we're still doing pretty good. Boy, we're already. We talked to Heathrow. We're talking to Gatwick now. I feel like London City got left out. We didn't got to talk to London City. Did you wave to yourself, Joseph, as we flew by? So hopefully everybody's having a good day today. If you're not, sorry to hear that. You know who the complaint department is. If you're not having a good day, talk to Joseph. Fly East Coast, you can fly over my house, drop my wine off. Yeah. uh, oh, I can't remember the last time I actually drank a glass of wine. It's been years. Yeah, that's been quite a while. At least a decade or more. Well, she's an adult. She can handle it. Steady on there, Mr. Wicked. You know you drink that stuff, Joseph. You can't say that you don't. We know you do. There's well, you are you can handle your. You're an adult. Yeah, it's been a while since I've had wine. See, typically for well, at least in my family, wine was usually only served for like holidays or yeah, it was pretty much holidays. That was it. That was the only time wine was ever served in our household. I don't remember the name of it. There was a Spanish wine that I used to get years ago. This was like early 2000s, which I quite enjoyed, but it was like a once in a blue moon sort of thing. I think we're going to switch to the wing tanks just to well, use those up. But yeah, that was it was a rare thing for me to drink wine. Oh, look, there's the coast ahead. We're just cruising right along. All right, so we'll be in 96 nautical miles to go. Another thing I was thinking about was that you know, I've talked a lot about the show, the Band of Brothers, and everything, and this person on YouTube has been posting videos. He's done a whole series about the Band of Brothers, some of the uh, things that were said in the series that were not factual. They kind of took some liberties, some dramatic liberties, I guess you could call it, with the show. And a lot of it's been centered, a lot of his posts have been centered around Captain Sobel and Major Winters. And I think I've made my feelings pretty clear about who was the better officer um, of the two. But they both had their strengths. I've come to realize that Captain Sobel was a very good training officer. He was a good the right person to manage logistics, but he wasn't the best choice as a combat leader. Whereas Major Winters was the better. He understood tactics a bit better, I think, and all that. This person that's been interacting with me, and I've since kind of just not gone back to the conversation because I don't the person I've been interacting with in the comments doesn't seem to want to hear constructive criticisms or constructive dialogue regarding the difference of the two leaders. And I even went, I said I can understand that Captain Sobel had it seemed to me that he did not want to accept his fate as a non-combat leader. And I've seen that numerous times in my military career where people want to be that hero, right? They want the chest full of medals because to them they think that means that they're going to get tons of respect. That doesn't necessarily mean that's going to be the case. They just Captain Sobel struck me as one of those people that wanted this. He had these delusions of grandeur, right? Whereas Major Winters, I think he just wanted to get through the war. He wanted it to to bring as many people home as he could. He understood that, there was going to be situations he can't control everything, but he wanted to have bring all of his guys home. And he said, "Oh no, Major Winters was made out to be much bigger than he really was, and all that." And Captain Sobel, I'm like, no. Captain Sobel was good at training people for airborne operations, and then later on he became in charge of the logistics. Later on in the war, as they got into theater and moved on. So he was the right person for that job, but he didn't want to accept that. If people asked him what did he do during the war, if he said, well, I managed all the logistics for everybody else on the front line, people go like, oh, because it doesn't sound exciting, but you're still supporting the effort. But nobody wants to be the support person. They want to be the person that is out there fighting all the time. Well, not everybody's meant to do that. And so, yeah, it was just a bit odd that he kind of acted like, oh, no, Winters wasn't all that. And I'm like, I kind of disagree. But I wanted to say that, but I wasn't going to. I'm just like, nah. This person claims that they were an officer as well. So I'm like, okay, well, sir. I wanted to say I respectfully disagree with you, but I wanted to say that I laughing, something kind of off-putting, but I'm like, nah, it's not even worth engaging the person that doesn't want to hear that Sobel was not all that he thought he was. He wanted to be something that was not meant for him. And I think that's just part of that, the notion in many families, when they had people serve, like there was no shame if, whatever you did, if you were a freaking clerk, well, you were in the war. So what difference does it make if you fired a gun or not? But many people seem to think that if you were in the war, you had to be on the front lines. If you weren't, there was something wrong with you. It's like, no, that's not true. Oh, maybe I need to pull back the RPMs a little bit. Okay. We just passed over the coastline there, Bex. I know over this way somewhere there's a lighthouse on the tip of the, hold on, let me look at my, where's my chart? We just passed over, so we talked to Shoreham. I know that. Surprisingly, we didn't talk to Chichester Goodwood, which we were closer to, but Shoreham is, I think, Solent Approach is next. So yeah, we're not over the water. If we have to ditch, it's every person for themselves. So yeah, we just talked to Shoreham Approach, which Shoreham is back over here somewhere. Goodwood is right around here somewhere. We were closer to Goodwood, actually. But Shoreham approach, I think, is the it's a towered airport, so we popped up on in their airspace, I guess. But I know somewhere over here there's a I think it's over here. There's a lighthouse or something. Let me look at my. Yeah. So it's this island here. There's a lighthouse over here. I was going to try to fly over. Yeah, I think you're right. Yeah. Or I think Southampton's over this way as well, where the docks were that had the carrier ships and all that. But yeah, I was going to turn over this way and then turn towards our waypoint over here, but I wasn't sure how long this flight would take today. So, and I was going to do it in a jet fighter, but I was like, nah, it's just kind of hard to do all that and have story time and try to. But yeah, I know Portsmouth and Southampton are over that way, I do believe. The Isle of Wight's over here? Oh, okay. Yeah, there's a in the sim there's a lighthouse over here that I was going to use as a navigation point, but yeah, it's all right. I think Joseph has caused plenty of wrecks on the Isle of Wight on Train Sim, haven't you, Joseph? I appreciate it. I mean, I know some of the areas, like I can, but I'm not, no. I know the cliffs of Dover are way back up the coast here, up that way. We've flown over those before. I should have gone over the cliffs of Dover, but well, what are you waiting for then, Joseph? Get on it. All right, there we go. Trying to get them both lined up. Yeah. Oh, I wanted to. There we go. I thought I hit the control stick. That's apparently, I guess I didn't. That way it's Yeah, they did. Oh, they were pretty tasty. I had that and just some potato chips or crisps for the folks in the UK. Know what I'm talking about. Crisps. Yeah, they were pretty good. Not too bad. For made it. It's all right, Bex. See, I know there's like we call them potato chips. You guys call them crisps. So, if I'm talking to somebody in the UK, if I say crisps, they're like, oh, I know exactly what you're talking about. But if I say potato chips, they're like, what's that? Do you mean French fries? It's okay. Everybody calls things differently. See, we say aluminum, you say aluminium. It's the same thing. It's just it's you guys just pronounce it a little bit different, but it's the same, metal. You know. See, I learned a long time ago that when you speak to people, if you have a different way of saying something, try to say it the way that they would understand it, because then they're like, "Oh, I know exactly what you mean." It's just, I don't know. I guess it's just a sign of respect that I try to talk to people in a way that they'll understand what I'm talking about. At least I hope they will. But if not, I make the effort, but sometimes it's not ever, going to resonate, I guess. Now, if there's a lighthouse there, even in the daytime, I would think you would see a little bit of a blinking light there in the distance, but apparently not. All right, everybody's done with their ad break. Do, 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 do. EGTE. Part and then land. Flight distance must be further than 300 nautical miles. AC-3, Spitfire. Oh, okay. Combined drag of 2 drop tanks will decrease max. Selecting load will also top up your oxygen supply. Oh, and I can't change it in the air. Oh, look at that. Can't cheat. Yeah, we'll get all the fuel out of the wings, and then we'll switch back to the mains. Actually, we might switch to the drop tanks. I guess the drop tanks we'll use later on if we have to. Let's see how far 30 nautical miles, just under 31. Anyway, anybody else got any anything they want to? I don't want to say anybody else got anything they want to talk about, because then that just opens up a whole can of worms. I better not. I better not ask that, because then. Yeah, this has been kind of a weird week, hasn't it, Amela? I would agree with that. I don't know what it is. Oh, I know. Ooh, I know what we could do. Let's play with the. I did have my first kind of like. Well, that's a pretty neat pick. Oh, look at that. Oh, that's pretty cool. Um, you know. um, I did have my first full appointment with occupational therapy, and I really am enjoying going there and getting some help for my elbow. Um, Stuff that I just was not getting at the place up there in New York. Um, it was just they're pretty open to hearing, my issues, what I'm trying to do with my arm, what my goals are, and they don't sit there and go like, well, that's just no. Because the therapist I'm working with, she said, no, I think we can get more. We can get your arm, we could get a little bit more out of it with the degree of I guess how you flex your arms and go straight and stuff like that. So no, she's been like, no, I think there's a little bit more to work with there than they thought up in New York, and so yeah, I'm just like, well, I'm willing to give it a shot. You know, what do we got to do? And so yeah, it's been phenomenal, quite honestly. Um, all right, let's switch back to the main tank here. So yeah, I've been pretty pleased overall with the help that I've gotten so far, and I go back this Wednesday. So yeah, it's been fantastic. So I'm hoping I can get some more strength back in there. Um, but there, the great thing is she'll ask me like, is this too much? Is it too much weight? Too much pressure? Whatever. We can change it up if we need to. Nope, everything's fantastic. So yeah, that's been helping out quite a bit. So yeah, I got to come up with some other ideas for rest of July, past July 6th, and then August, of course, no streams. I don't know if I'm going to do one on that last Saturday, the first Saturday of August before I go to California. Uh, so yeah, I don't know how that's going to work, or if I'm going to feel like doing it. Um, we'll see. All right, I got about. Oh, we're almost there. So yeah, I've been getting away from the Division Two. That game, as Abella likes to call it. Been playing some Forza again. Kind of enjoying that a bit, but it will not be streamed. Not everything has to be streamed, contrary to unpopular belief. So yeah, I'm quite happy with the just doing that on my own. All right, airport should be coming up right here in front of us. There it is, right there, our first waypoint. Then we're going to turn on a heading 143. Oh, that sounds good, Amela. I like it. All right, let's see here. All right, that should be. Okay, there's the edge of the airport. There we go. And there is Utah Beach. There it is. So Utah, and then down past that, around that area there is Omaha Beach. Saw a lot of videos of the ceremonies earlier this week. The last remaining World War II veterans that came over here to Normandy for the anniversary. A lot of people in these areas greeted them, shook their hands, gave them hugs and whatnot. So we're going to head to this area right here, kind of in front of us. And then we're going to turn towards Caen, and then look at my fuel. All right. Still good on the fuel. To go to Caen, I'm going to look at my chart here. It's only 30 nautical miles. Once we get there, I think I'm going to try to switch on the drop tanks, and then we'll leave the drop tanks on for quite a while. Try to get all the fuel out of there, and then we'll go back to the mains and all that. Here we are. There's the beaches. That's all Utah Beach. And I think this is all, that's part of the memorial, I think, right here. It kind of looks like that, but I could be wrong. But that is all what was known as Utah Beach on D-Day. And then Omaha was over here, I do believe. My where did that come from, Joseph? What was that all about? What did Mela do? Just can't be okay. Golly. Well, I was like, what did I do to deserve that? Oh, Joseph, I don't know about you sometimes, young man. Oh, somebody else is flying through here, it looks like. Don't know what it is or who it is, but that's okay. All right, heading to 112. Should we go all the way past our point here? All right, there we go. So yeah, now we'll fly past part of Omaha Beach. Then we'll turn in towards Paris. Fly past the. Now I did think. Don't think I didn't think about it because I did. I have thought, what could we possibly, maybe, fly underneath the Eiffel Tower in this plane? Could we do it? Is it possible to do? Anything's possible, of course, but is it? Because I know I flew a 152 under the Eiffel Tower years ago, long time ago. But I don't know if there's enough room for the wings of the P-38s, because I would imagine the Cessna 152 is much smaller than this. Joseph's trying to tempt me to try it. He wants to see me crash, I think. Could we do it? Is it possible? What, me actually do it, or the crash that would happen? Which one is it, Joseph? Oh, we got plenty of time. I mean, we're gonna fly right by it. I know the kind of the which way to come in at. The only problem is, as we come, the way I would have to do it, it would be I would have to pull straight up after I get underneath it. It would be a very, let's see, what's the distance till we get to the, once we turn from Caen? Okay, 110 nautical miles to Eiffel Tower. We got a little bit of time to think about it. All right, let's go ahead and switch these tanks. Let's see if this works. I'm assuming it will. Okay, the engines aren't like suddenly dropping like they did earlier, so I think we're good. So we're going to ride the drop tanks for a while. Yep, they're working now. Okay. Well, I'll think about it, Joseph. We got time. I mean, like I said, I know the proper way to get to the Eiffel Tower where I could have a pretty decent chance at doing it. It's just good. on the opposite side, there's not a lot of room for. I have to like really pull up the nose and try to climb as quickly as possible. I mean, I know in real life this plane probably could fit underneath there. I would think. But in the sim, it looks much more narrow than it might really be. Like, I'm pretty sure when I did it in the 152, I didn't really touch the sides or the up above the plane. You know me, I do like to do stuff I probably shouldn't do. I have to think about that. We got time to think about it. We definitely do. Let's see how close we are to turning it, Caen, and before we get to the Eiffel Tower. All right, 8 nautical miles. Okay. All right, so the so once we pass Caen, I'm gonna and head towards the Eiffel Tower. I'm gonna take a quick break. Matter of fact, there's our that should be the airport in Caen right there, I think. Should be coming up here any minute now. Yep, I think that's it. Yep, there's our airport there. We're gonna fly over. We know where that is. Yep, there you go. So Bex, what? I just have to ask, what's the complaint? What's Joseph getting ready to get himself into? All right, we're going to fly over the airport here. So our VOR DME should be in that circle area right there, if I remember correctly, or it could be over here. I know it's somewhere. It's on this side. I know it's somewhere over here. All right, heading 98 degrees. There we go. All right. Well, if it goes wrong, oh, okay. So you're gonna yell at Joseph for encouraging me to crash the plane. All right. Well, we've got 108 nautical miles to get there. Who knows what could happen? That's true, Joseph. That is true. You have a valid point, young man. I will concede that. That is a valid point. All right. Keep an eye on the fuel. All right, the ads are starting. I'm going to take this opportunity to take a quick break. I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. Let's see how much farther we got to go here. All right, here's what we could do. We're going to do a little bit of science here. Let's see. Eiffel Tower. Okay, if I'm just looking at the pictures of the Eiffel Tower itself, I would think there's plenty of space there. If I'm looking at it, just the pictures from what it looks like in real life, I'm positive there's enough space. There's like a, I don't know if it's like a garden or some kind of a long courtyard or something that leads directly to the Eiffel Tower. So I would have to basically come around and find that courtyard or park or whatever, get whatever it is, fly that, go underneath, pull up, and then we. All right, we'll give it a shot. What the heck? We only live once, right? All right, Joseph, you're going to get your wish. Better get your popcorn. Bex, get your complaint letter ready. We're going to try it. If it goes right, Bex gets the credit. If it goes wrong, Joseph gets the blame. Does that sound about right? I think that sounds about right. Joseph's used to that. That's true, he is, unfortunately. Poor Joseph. All right, so we're going to have to get down to about 2,000 feet. Make it a little bit easier to spot everything as we get closer. You're used to, if things go right, somebody else gets the credit, but if it goes wrong, it's your fault. That's what Amila's saying. Unfortunately. Sometimes you get the blame unfairly, Joseph. I will admit that. You really do. No, that's true. We're just stating a fact. You do get the blame sometimes. You do. All right, we're heading towards Stuttgart is on 88 degrees, so how about we just do it this way? If things go right or wrong, nobody gets the blame. How about that? We'll just go with that. Nobody gets credit, nobody gets the blame. If it goes right or wrong, it's on me. How about that? I think that's fair. All right, where are we at now? Just under 80 nautical miles. Okay. Yeah. Good or bad, it's on me. I'll take the hit. If it fails, if we fail, or if I fail, it's on me. If I make it through, that's uh that's on me as well. Nobody else is going to get the blame or the kudos. I think that's fair. So why does that look like it's closed? It's kind of very weird how that looks. All right, we'll give it a shot. So yeah, the drop tanks are working. That's good. All right, as we get close to, I mean, we're heading pretty much, should be heading right for the Eiffel Tower. And as we get close to it enough that we have it in sight, I'm going to have to fly manually here. I'll get my flip flops off. Now, Joseph, I want to tell you something. I'm not, I haven't done it yet, right? But I'm going to possibly going to download an AI chat bot for the stream. So I'm just giving you a heads up. Don't don't uh, don't start sassing the AI bot. Start talking dirty to it. Okay. I've been watching. Scruffy's been using it in his stream, and it's funny as heck. Some of the stuff it says, but we're not gonna. We don't want it to be too vulgar either. So we're gonna try to keep it family friendly, kind of like what Scruffy has, which I think is a good idea. But it'll say some things that are kind of suggestive, just letting you know. So don't. I'm just trying to think of a name for it. I have a couple ideas, but I don't want it to be kind of like, I don't know, I have to come up with something. But so the cool thing is, so Scruffy calls his AI bot Soxy. Soxy interacts with Scruffy while he's talking, but also will interact with things that people say in chat. So you can interact with the AI bot. You could say stuff and it will respond. So I have to. You get 3 free tries, and then if you like it, you can purchase the. Because it may not be for something that all streamers would want to use, for various reasons, but. Okay, how far out are we now? 60 nautical miles to the Eiffel Tower. We're in the departure path today here in Birmingham. We just had a Navy plane just took off. One of the I think it's one of the early warning planes or something. They must have stopped there at Birmingham for fuel or something. Must be going somewhere. That would have been nice to go see that fly over. Okay. So basically what we're going to be looking for is a park. There's like a long, I don't know how to describe it, but there's like a let's see if it's called something here on the map. Okay, so there's a building facing towards the Eiffel Tower. And then I can't tell if there's something in the middle where the streets are that kind of goes through this park. But I don't remember how tall that building is prior to getting to the Eiffel Tower itself. But yeah, I think there's plenty of space there. All right. So we're going to look for, as we get closer there, we're going to find that, basically that long park, square, whatever you want to call it. And then we'll come around, we'll hang a right turn, try to come around and line up with that park, because we should be lining up, looking right at the Eiffel Tower. I want to probably drop my altitude to about 1,500 feet here. Enjoy more of the French countryside here. Maybe these little cities or whatever. See if we can get it on the first try. Because after that, we still have like 200 some odd nautical miles to get to Stuttgart. 274. So we still got a little bit of flying left to do. Now, as we're getting closer, if we're gonna have the ads come in, I'm gonna either wait for the ads to play and then we'll do it, or if I'm already lined up and they start to pop up, I'm just gonna go ahead and snooze it. So. Right, what are we looking for distance now? 40 nautical miles. All right. We're getting there, Joseph. We're getting there. Better go grab your popcorn. Where else can you get this kind of entertainment for the low price of free? Where, Joseph? Where can you get this kind of entertainment at? You don't have to have a membership. You don't have to spend any money at all. I don't think there's anything you can get from it. Okay, well, there you go. So what you're saying is you can't think of any place else that has this kind of entertainment for free, huh? Okay, well, I appreciate that. All right, the ads are going to get ready to play here in about 10 minutes. We got about 34 nautical miles to go. And we're going to cover that distance, hopefully. PDQ. All right, still got plenty of fuel in the drop tanks. Now imagine if I was charging you the ridiculous prices they probably charge you at the pub for entertainment. All right. Talking to De Gaulle, so we're getting close. Oh, while we're cruising along here, let me go to settings. Let me see if the nope. I think that's just how it's set up. It's supposed to steer correctly. Okay. All right. All right. How much farther? 23. Okay. So it looks like the ads are probably going to play just as we get to downtown Paris. So we'll let the ads play, and then we should be good for an ad break for a bit. I would think any minute now we should see the Eiffel Tower here in the distance. Yeah, it should be coming up in front of us here. That's right. We're going to fly over Orly, I think. Yeah, Orly is going to be closest to us. De Gaulle's like a little bit farther from us. Okay. Where are we at on distance? 15 nautical miles. All right, we're going to let those ads play, and then I'll come around. I'll kind of just make the plane. Oh, that should be it. I just see the bare out, just a little bit of an outline right there. That's got to be the Eiffel Tower right there. All right. Let me get my feet back on the rudder pedals here. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Come on, don't you do this to me now. Why is it stuttering? Why is it suddenly locking up? Oh, there we go. Whew. Ooh. Oh, man, I thought for sure the sim was going to crash on me. I was going to be very upset. All this flying. All right, 3 minutes to the... Yeah, that's got to be the Eiffel Tower right there. There's this little sliver of a tower right there. All right. Now, the way we're coming in, the... where's my... satellite image here. Okay, so we should see the park as we get closer. The park should be kind of just off to the right here. That's okay, Bex. Just have it on standby. So we'll find that park. Of course, now the ads are gonna. It's like as I'm getting closer now. It's the ads still haven't played yet. But yeah, that should be it right there. All right, let's go ahead and just get a little bit more to the right. We'll verify the location. But yeah, that looks like the Eiffel Tower right there. That's it right there. Yeah, it's becoming more apparent what it is as we get a little bit closer. But we're going to look for that. We're looking for that park or that big long square, whatever you want to call it. I think the building that we're going to be looking for to help us line up is right here. It looks like it could be it, but we're going to fly over and we're going to have a look. I'm going to fly past and then let's see. Let's go have the outside view. Oh, that looks interesting. There's another grass track here. I wonder if that's like a horse track. Horse race track or something? That's what it kind of looks like. Maybe a horse training facility? Huh. Interesting. All right, so there it is right there. There's that park that I was talking about. You could see that it leads right to it. There's the building. Okay. So we're going to come in, we're going to fly out a little bit, and then I'll turn back around. Let me get back in here. So yeah, that's what we're looking for. So luckily that building isn't tall like it is in real life, but there's the tower. But we're going to come right in over this way and follow that right through. That's the plan. All right. I'm going to just go ahead and turn. Kind of do a little bit of a turn here. All right, the ad should be starting. You're not missing anything. I'm just kind of getting myself lined up here. As best as I can while the ads play. Oh. All right. Eiffel Tower is there. Okay. All right. Looks like you guys are back. All right, where'd it go? Oh, there it is right there. Here we go. All right, Joseph. Hold on to the edge of your seat. Here we go. Woo! We did it first try. There you go. Ta-da! We just flew under the Eiffel Tower. Done. What's our next heading? 98. Ta-da! See? Well, I thought I was going to lose it again because I was like, where did it go? All right, let's head for... we'll go to 2,000 feet here. Let's check our fuel. Oh, we got plenty left. There we go. I'll take the credit. Boy, it was hard because I was turning and I was like, oh man, we're going to be turning well way off of it. I'm not, I'm going to be struggling to line up with it. But there we go. Ta-da. On to Stuttgart we go. Thank you, Joseph. Appreciate it. See, I think in real life, a lot of those buildings are much taller than they are in the sim. So we kind of lucked out that we could do that. I don't think it would be much more difficult to do it in real life because I think some of the buildings leading towards the Eiffel Tower and then just on the other side are a bit taller in real life. But I could be wrong. But it looks that way, but I'm not sure. Well, now that we've done that, now we have 264 nautical miles to Stuttgart. And then we'll wrap things up. Try to get a good long stream out of this one. I'll be ready for some lunch here pretty soon. Now, one of the things I don't know for sure, I'd have to do a test. I don't know if that's a see in the sim. Some things are solid and other things are not. It could be that that's not considered a solid object in the sim either. So I don't. I kind of think we made it through. Like I think there's enough space for the plane, even though as we were coming in, it didn't look like it. Like it seemed like a lot narrower than it may be in real life. But I don't know. It's hard to tell. Because see, some of the stuff like the bridges, like the Gold or the Bay Bridge in San Francisco, it looks like there's space between the bottom of the bridge and the water. Like there's plenty of space, but as you get closer, there's like an invisible wall. There's a very narrow spot that you can go through, and it doesn't feel like you're hitting anything. But I think that's because of the way that the sim is created using photogrammetry. So if it thinks if there's a shadow, it thinks there's a wall there. So we've had a few people come in and out. That's good. That's all right. That's a huge train station that looks like right there. I wonder where that is. So hopefully everybody's doing well. I think Joseph's like, okay, Rob flew under the Eiffel Tower. I can go take a nap now. Don't be shy. Come in and say hello. We don't bite. Oh, well, that's that excitement for the day. Now I just got to make sure I can land. Now watch me. Oh, do I know what I'm having for lunch? No, not yet, Amilla. I haven't, I don't know. Not sure yet. Oh, I flew on the wrong heading. That's all right. We're still heading the right direction, basically. Yeah, I don't know what I'm having yet. I know by the time we land, it'll be about lunchtime and be ready to chow down on something. I know I have some lunch meat in the fridge. We've got bread, so I might make myself a sandwich. I don't know. Today's flight's been brought to you by Parasox Airline. Pair of socks, just because you have a pair of socks does not mean they have to match. I do believe airline CEO and president, fellow pilot, Scruffy Tam is flying still, I think. He may have already wrapped things up. He was doing that Pacific Northwest, going to... You still on the internet? All right. We got quite a ways to go still. I'm trying to think. We may wrap it up a little bit earlier. LF. Let me look at my map here. Hold on just a second, folks. I think we're near here. LFPL. Is that an airport we're near? Let's see here. We may not go all the way to Stuttgart. Yeah, I think we're gonna come in here, folks. 2-2. Okay. I need to. Okay, that's the. Oh no, we want the other one. Yeah, Stuttgart way ahead there. Okay, never mind about that. Of course, it's traffic. All right, I know what it will do. LFPQ. All right, go direct to. Just make it a quick change here, folks. Sorry. L F P Q. All right. So we're going to have to make a U-turn. Ooh, wind farm. So yeah, we're going to be ending a little bit early today, folks. We're not going to go. I don't think make it all the way. I know we can make it to Stuttgart, but it might be a much longer flight than I was anticipating. But we had some fun. Matter of fact, we'll go ahead and change that to what was it called? Let's make a change to the thingy here. LFPQ. Fontenay. All right. There we go. All right, let's get rid of that. Well, hopefully everybody's enjoyed today's shenanigans. Oh, thank you, Mel. Appreciate it. Nice to have everybody here. I'll get this up over to YouTube later today. Probably premiere tomorrow sometime. Probably about noon or 1 o'clock Central Time. All right, let's get things kind of set up for landing here. Gotta get a little bit of flap in. That's not what I wanted. We want to get our oh, see, that's still thinking we're going to Stuttgart. We're not. It doesn't change it on the thingy. Okay, that's all right. That's all closest. Okay, never mind. It might be a little too far. All right, so we're looking for runway 30. All right, should be coming up here in front of us. we'll fly over the airport. We'll come back around and set down for landing. What did I say? It's LFPQ. Let me look up the chart real quick. LFPQ. Chart. Oh, there's no charts. That's terrific. Okay, 30 is that way. Okay. Okay. I got an eye on the airport. At least the chart, I should say. So I kind of know what I'm looking for. Let's see how close we are. About 8 nautical miles, just under 8. So it should be, we're heading pretty much right for it. Looks like it's an asphalt airport or asphalt strip, I do believe. Let me look at my chart one more time. It might be a grass strip. All right, so we're either looking for asphalt or grass. But it's got like a taxiway or like a buildings and such, or not, what's the word I'm looking for? Like a an area to, like someplace to park your aircraft. Hangars. That's the word I'm looking for. Hangars. I can't even think right now. All right, so it should be coming up. So we're flying in the direction that we want, kind of like where we want to land. It should be kind of an easy thing to spot. We should be able to find, once we'll know it when we see it. It's got to be coming up here. It's got to be in this mixture of stuff coming up in here. Is that it? No. It should be in sight here any minute now. Oh, there it is, right there. That's our little airport that we're going to land at, right there. That's the runway we're looking for. So what I think I'm going to do, fly past, and we're going to. All right, let's go ahead and get all of our flaps down, and we'll go ahead and fire the autopilot. Get this put away. make a wide circle here. Let's see if I can get the... there we go. We're going to use that. Okay. I'm going to kind of cheat a little bit here. Just for time expediencies. I would have liked to gone all the way to Stuttgart, but yeah, it's just not going to happen today, unfortunately. But it was fun while it lasted, right? All right, here we go. We got this. I'm going to go out the runway here. Well, let's see how that landing... I didn't get the claps and I didn't get the... let's see, landing rate monitor said 311, negative 311 on that one. That's not bad. Not too shabby for a unplanned landing. That's a very short field. Oh, thank you, Bex. Appreciate it. Yeah, it was Not well. I didn't know anything about the airport. I knew kind of the distance, but I thought, well, maybe if I try to come in and slow it down enough to get on the ground and be able to get it to a stop. But oh well. Thank you, Joseph. Yeah, I'll take it. It wasn't anytime things are kind of unplanned, I'll take that There we go. Let me get the parking brake on so we don't go anywhere else crazy. Okay, let's go ahead and turn off. Well, we can turn that off. We can turn off the generators. Well, actually, we can cut the fuel first. Oh, there we go. 2 hours and 16 minutes in the air. I'll take it. 2 hours and 41 minutes streaming. So, yeah, not too shabby. So, I think we got quite a bit out of that. More than I expected. But, yeah, it is what it is. So, anyway, thank you all for coming in and hanging out today. Hopefully you enjoyed it. And it was fun flying underneath the Eiffel Tower. Again, and the last time I think I did it, the first time I did it, I don't think I was streaming. I think I just did a clip of it or something. Well, maybe I was streaming. I don't know. It happened so long ago, but there you go. You guys got to watch it live again for the second time. Different plane, of course, but anyway, do enjoy. I'll be back. Thank you, Bex. Or thank you, Mella. I'm sorry. I'll post an update in the Discord. You're welcome, Joseph. Once I know what Scruffy wants to do next Saturday, so I'll keep you guys posted. But do enjoy the rest of your Saturday morning, afternoon, evening, early Sunday for some folks in the world, depending on where you are. I have been and always shall be your host and pilot, Uncle B. Until next time, peace, live long and prosper.